Hello guys, this is Nifty Alpha Trader, and today we are going to discuss on why the stock market fell most probably, and why on such a Valentine Day. And then we are going to discuss on what are the basic trends which are changing around the globe and locally, which are affecting the entire prices. So I have written a blog about this. So first comes the blog, then comes my video to make a vlog out of the blog. So let's get started and let's get started. Firstly, I would say that it was the main effect was with US Ukraine tension. So what's happening is there is a tension between US and Russia occupying the border. It's basic news which you might be updated with, but not sure 100%. So let me again open my display and also show you where to see such news, right? So first is fi.com. Financial Times, ft.com. Yeah, you can read most of the news here, like what is Putin doing and what is the cyber defense of Russia doing and how is it impacting the entire place. The main tension is actually from Russia. They had these things, like, let me put it this way. So Russia doesn't have a proper sea coast, right? So if you're seeing Google Maps, let me open maps. And if you see Russia here, right? What happens in Russia is most of the time this is the Russia's border. So if you're seeing here, Russia has a lot of sea, right? But this sea, if you are seeing in this zone, most of it is unused and can't be used in a winter season. Like half of the season, this will be blocked by ice, so they can't use this. So what they need is a good position, strategic position, and some sea over this region. How would they get this? By occupying Russia, by occupying Ukraine, or this is called the Baltic. So they were always having an eye on this one, Mediterranean Sea, and this was the main picture. So that's where the tension is right now. So if they get a good position in Ukraine, they have a area where they can export, and I am not sure how much will they extend from here, but the ultimate reason is this one, which they want to get some region in the southern part of Russia. So in Ukraine right now. Let's move on to the other topic, that is what's happening apart from that. So what happens is, so US is against it because of the border tensions, but who is supporting them? Our greatest friend China is going to support them again. So how are we going to, what is India's role and what is stock market role here? It's not, there might not be any great war because the entire Europe is for stopping wars, and basically because Europe has a control over Russia, because the greatest importer of oil from Russia is entire European Union. So they'll have a huge command over Russia in this matter, and there might not be a good war. So this thing is a huge noise in the market. So the stocks which you are getting are at a lower price. They are not due to huge war tensions. So you don't have to worry about Ukraine tensions right now. And one more thing, what you shouldn't be worried about is getting a stock at a right price. Now there is one more reason, which is main reason behind everything is Fed interest rate. So if you know what is interest rate, basically because of inflation which is causing, so you can read more of the documents here, and you can understand. Basically there are a lot of articles which you can read and understand. Fed interest rate is you have to basically understand the inflation cycle for this, but what's the end goal is basically the Fed has already increased the prices interest rates for 4 cycles. So they till July it will be the 4th hike which they'll include, and then there will be the economy will slow down, and the inflation which they have can be under control right there, and then the economy can really slow down, and then we can expect the interest rates to come back to 1.5 again. So that might not be a great tension, but for the rest half of the year the markets are not going to move up. So that's what you have to keep. For the next 2 quarters the markets might not be so bullish as they were in the past. For that matter, it has already moved a lot, so don't expect these kind of returns in the next coming years, like 2-3 years. You can't expect a great returns like that. Now coming to the other one, so the conclusion would be basically nice, I'm giving a conclusion. So the conclusion would be basically you don't have to worry a lot, because if you're seeing and comparing this crash to COVID crash or Lehman crash or anything, because FIAs are selling and other things, don't keep that in your brain, because this is completely different from the existing ones. Let me put it like this: this crash, what happened today, was basically a simple crash, right? Don't complicate this. This can it can further lead, but it is basically a correction, not a crash. That's what I would say. So in banking, there was also one important thing which I missed, is ABG Shipyards, which was a good fraud. I mean, there's nothing good about the fraud, but the point is there are a lot of people or companies which were involved in this one. Let me again show you क्या हुआ था वहाँ पर. We were discussing in around this one. I'll tell you all the bank names so you can be away from that banks for some amount of time, and you shouldn't be involving yourself in that banks. So the list name goes like this: SBI, ICICI, IDBI and Bank of Baroda. These are all the banks which have given mostly above 1000, and Indian Overseas Bank, Punjab National Bank, and specifically you have to remember that ICICI Bank has given 7000 crores ka loan. That is huge for what they are doing, and this is basically a huge bank. And if you're seeing, ICICI didn't fall so much, because this fall also contributed to it to cover up the basic situation, but it has to fall really well compared to. And so I would recommend not to enter ICICI Bank right now. But let's go to the portfolio and how the entire portfolio has performed right now. So the portfolio right now, if you're seeing, today was a huge loss which we have faced. So around 80,000 was the loss which we were taking. So 1 lakh, around 1 lakh of portfolio is down, and XIRR is completely down. It was at 50 and now it is completely down, and we are losing a lot here. Okay, and the other thing which in trading where I lost is this one. But if I didn't close this trade, okay, am I sharing? No, I am not sharing. Great. So today the loss was almost 20,000 in trading. If I didn't close it and mitigate the risk, it would have gone to 25,000 more. that was managed. So I've closed it, and even this month I'm in losses basically. And if you are seeing, the entire portfolio is down by a lakh most probably. So that's where I'm sitting right now. Let me show you the portfolio again. Portfolio is something like this right now, and we are in profits overall, but this is not what we are expecting. So we are expecting huge amount of profits here, but I'll give it more time, because this crash is not actually impacting the profits a lot. So today's loss was 1 lakh, and yesterday's there was 20,000 or something. So these, if you're seeing market fell 3%, and all the stocks were like, if you're seeing my major portfolio is in Tata Motors and Tata Power, which have already gone up by a huge margin. If you're seeing like the percentage, the rally was from 300 to 470 right now, and 500. Now it's coming down again. If it's coming down, I can basically purchase even more aggressively. And even Tata Power, if you're looking at it, it has gone from almost 50 rupees to 220, which is a great price. Again, if it's coming back to 140 region or something, I'll enter much aggressively. So all these stocks are really priced well and corrected really well. So you can get into, if you have missed the bus since a long time, this is the right opportunity again to get into stock market and start investing, because this kind of crashes might not come on daily basis. They'll come like monthly ones or quarterly ones or yearly or sometimes decadally ones. But since the market has corrected by 10%, let's say by 3% today, and if you're seeing overall market, so if you're seeing the correction since last few days, so overall correction was around 6%, I guess, from all-time highs. From the highs to this one was around 6%, which is good. But if you're seeing from last October to this one, am I doing it wrong? Yes, I am doing it wrong. So it is somewhere like 10% correction. So this is a good correction. If there is 20% correction, we have to go much more aggressively. If there is 30% correction, there is a lot of scope for the stock market to pick up. But I am not. If you are scared of entering right now, wait for the market to correct and bounce back, then you can enter. But this quarter won't be really good for the market. That is what I'm thinking. But the next quarters might be really good, so you can wait. This is giving you a much better opportunity, so you can start investing heavily into the stock market for this quarter, and then it can grow. And coming to, that's it for my side. So these are the main things which I wanted to explain, and I think I have explained you perfectly. And what are the other losses and profits I've made, I'm not making those videos right now because my stress levels are going up, because I'm sharing a lot of things. I usually don't do that, and I'm making losses because of that. So right now I'm stopping to share my losses, but overall I'll just show my losses P&L for this month. So from February to this February to today, I've made around 16,000. But if you're seeing now, we have gone to minus 20,000, which is a loss. And most of the trades are bullish trades. That's why I am bullish, and the bear market doesn't work for me. So if I am bullish, and if the entire market is bearish, this is when you should not be entering the market. That's the reason. If you're seeing since November, I have not made money and lost a lot of money since November. If you're seeing the net loss is 2,000, now it will be around 20,000, 22,000 basically. So if you're considering October, if I keep it here, then it will be profits, right? So what I would say is, let the market be bullish, and then I'll enter again with huge bullish trades. Until then, see you. Ciao. Bye.